Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today on my channel I'll be doing a full comparison between the Dell Inspiron 14 for 2022 and then the Acer Aspire 5 for 2022. These two laptops are very good laptop from Acer and then from Dell respectively. They share the same similarities and also priced the same similar price point. And the reason for this comparison is because these two laptops are very budget laptop from Acer and from Dell, and they are built towards a particular target market, which are students and then business users who want a laptop for basic computing without breaking the bank. So we are going to see which of these laptops offers value for your money. So but before we start, we are going to talk about their specs, then we continue. Now both of these laptops are 14-inch laptops. So for the Dell Inspiron 14, it has a 14-inch Full HD screen with the AMD Ryzen 5 5625U 6-core processor, and it has 8 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig of NVMe SSD. It also has a backlit keyboard, while the Acer Aspire 5 also is a 14-inch laptop and it has a 14-inch Full HD display with Intel Core 12th generation Intel Core i5 1235 10-core processor. It also comes with 8 gigs of RAM and a 512 gig of SSD, and it also has a backlit keyboard. So you see both of these laptops share similarities. Now the Dell is priced at, for the configuration I have, the Dell is priced at $800 in Dell US website, while the Acer Aspire 5 is priced, for the configuration I have, is priced at $700 at Acer US website. So now let's begin with the comparison. Now first of all, we are going to talk about the design. Both of these laptops are well designed. In fact, their design are very good. I love them. If you look at their design, the Dell, for example, so it looks very beautiful. It doesn't look like a very cheap or budget laptop. The Acer, on the other hand, also is well built and the design is very good. So you can say it. So I already did a full review on all of them. So, and they are both designed with the elevated design. So that means you can use the screen to lift the laptop a little bit so that you can type smoothly when you put it on the table. So in the design category, I'll give both of them a tie. So there is no one that is better than the other. So then the next thing we talk about is the screen. Now both of these laptops are 14-inch laptop, but the Inspiron 14 has a glossy screen while the Acer has a matte. Both are IPS. So in my opinion, both of them are tight, but in my personal preference, I prefer the glossy screen. I like glossy screen. I prefer it to a matte. So but that is my personal opinion, so I'm not going to use it to judge. So I still give them a tie. But when you come to the screen, so I also want us to talk about the bezels. The bezel on the Acer are very thick. So if you look at it, you can see that the bezel on Acer is very thick, while the one on the Dell is very small. So giving it a more screen to body ratio, and then you see more of the screen and less of the bezel. So with that bezel in mind, so I'll give the Dell a plus. So then we move on to the premium feel of the laptop. Now these two laptops are both budget laptops, so you shouldn't expect them to feel very great like the Swift in the Acer or the XPS on the Dell side. So But the Acer on the other hand has an aluminum lid. So here is an aluminum, so, and you can see it feels very rigid, it doesn't feel flex. So, and the Dell is all built with plastic. So in this category, so I'll say that the Acer feel more premium than the Dell. So the next one, we move to the keyboard and then touchpad. Now both of these laptop has a backlit keyboard with without the number key, and they have 2-level brightness backlit settings. So typing on the keyboard are great. In fact, they are excellent. And the touchpad also for both of them work very well. But the Acer have a very small touchpad. So why the Dell has a very big touchpad or trackpad. So in my own personal preference, I like laptop with big trackpad. So, but I'm not going to use my own personal preference to judge. So I will leave you to decide between these two, which one you choose among them. Then we now move to the security. Now these two laptops are very good laptop. So as you know that sometimes not everybody wants their laptop to remain open, that anyone can get access to it. So you use password, but not every time you want or you have the luxury of time to impute password. So, and that is where fingerprint came to play. So the Dell is equipped with a fingerprint reader. So one touch and you are in. So why the Acer is not equipped with a fingerprint. So in this category, the Dell is purely a clear winner. Then we move to the next one, which is connectivity. Now these two laptops have a very good connectivity port. They both have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.2, and they also have Wi-Fi 6. But the Acer uses the Wi-Fi 6E, so which is a little more advanced than the Wi-Fi 6 on the Dell Inspiron. So, and also the Acer has Ethernet cable, so why the Dell does not have. So in this category, the Acer is a clear winner when it comes to connectivity, because the Dell you only rely on the Wi-Fi. Why on Acer you have a two ways. You can use either the Ethernet or Bluetooth, or Ethernet cable, or the Bluetooth, or the Wi-Fi. While on the Dell you only rely on the Bluetooth and then the Wi-Fi. Then we move to the performance, which is the switch part. Now both of these laptops are equipped with a very good processor. In fact, they both have the same RAM and they both support NVMe SSD. So, but when it comes to benchmark, the AMD chip that is on the Dell, that is the Ryzen 5 5625U, outperforms the Intel 1235U that is on the Acer. So on the benchmark, the AMD scores 14,288. That is, this is the general performance for the Ryzen 5 5625U, and then while the Intel also scores 13,614. So, and this is also the general performance for Intel 12th generation Intel Core i5 1235U 10-core processor. So, but if you check the difference, it's just about 600 difference. So to me, I will not take that as a plus, but this we are doing a comparison, so I think, so I will count that as a plus on the Dell part. So in benchmark, the Dell performs better than the Acer. Now we go to the next part, which is versatility. Now the Inspiron is not only a 14-inch laptop, it's also a touchscreen 14-inch, and aside being a touchscreen, it's also a 360-degree laptop. That means you can even put it to any mode of your choice, either to use it as a tablet, or to use it, in fact, any mode of your choice. So this makes the Inspiron to be a clear winner in this category of versatility. So it has more ways of using it. You can use it as a tablet, you can also use it as a touchscreen. But why the Acer is not a touchscreen? Now for the Aspire series, there are touchscreen, but for the 14-inch, there are no touchscreen for the 14-inch model. Remember, we are comparing the 14-inch, we are not comparing with the general Aspire. So for the Inspiron 14, all the Inspiron 14 categories are all 14-inch. So our comparison is based on the 14-inch one, not on the general Aspire series. So now we move on to the upgradability. Now both of these laptops are user upgradable. So but for the Dell, you only have one NVMe slot. The RAMs are upgradable. The RAM on the Dell are upgradable, and the Wi-Fi card are also upgradable. Same on the Acer. So, but on the Dell, you only have one NVMe slot, which is already occupied, and you have two RAM slots, which one is already occupied. So, but with that in mind, you can upgrade you can decide to remove the two RAMs on the Dell and then upgrade it to a total of 64 gigs. So while on the Acer, you only have access to one RAM. So there is 4 gig on board and there is 4 gig replaceable. So you can only upgrade the Acer RAM to 36 gig. So which is a minus on the Acer side. But then the Acer also has a 2.5-inch SATA bay, so for extended storage. So that is where in upgrade, I think you have to choose between what you want in these two categories. But once it comes to expandable storage, the Acer is a clear winner, because you can either decide to put another 2.5 SSD on the 2.5 bay or HDD. So while on the Dell, you will need to remove, if you need to extend from the 512 gig that came with the laptop, you will need to remove the 512 that came with the laptop and add another extra. So on the extended storage, so the Acer is a clear winner, while on the upgrade part of the RAM, the Dell is a clear winner on that. So now we go to available options. So like in this Dell, for example, now if you are looking for, maybe if the Ryzen 5 is not your thing, if the Ryzen 5 5625U processor is not your thing, you can opt for a Ryzen 7 and still everything the same, but more powerful processor. Also, the Dell is also available in Intel, both with the Core i5 that you found in Acer. You can have it on the Inspiron, and you can also have the Core i7 on the Inspiron. So you have more options with the Dell than the Acer. So in the Acer, you don't have the Core i7 model and you don't have the AMD model in a 14-inch. So it's in other Aspire 5 series that you can find Core i7, and then I think those are 15 and 17-inch. You can find Core i7 and AMD. But for the 14-inch, you are stuck with the Core i5 model on the Acer. So in this category of upgradability, the Dell is in this category of more options, so the Dell is a clear winner. So then we go to the last but not the least, which is overall modern design. Overall model design is the design of the whole laptop thing, both the I/O. Now, for the Dell, you have a 2 Type-C port. So with this 2 Type-C port, you can charge the laptop with a Type-C, any Type-C charger, at least from 45 watt will be able to charge it. And you also have a fingerprint reader, and you have a privacy switch for people who are interested for the webcam. Now, these are what I think is the basic thing that every 2022 laptop should have. So you have a fingerprint and you have a Type-C. So, but on the Acer, the Type-C port is there, but you cannot use it to charge the laptop. So if you are someone who is traveling, you have to go with additional load, so which is not really good. Another one is the fingerprint. So at least every modern laptop in 2020 should at least come. I think they should make it a standard, a fingerprint, just like they are making SSD a standard now. A fingerprint and a Type-C, especially for smaller laptop like this, are supposed to be the standard. So in the modern design, and also the screen bezel that I talked about, like look at the bezels on the Acer. So this feels like a 2010 laptop. So the Dell look a little more modern than the Acer. So I will give it to Dell on the more modern design. Now let's talk about port selection. Now the port selection, Acer win in this category because the Acer have 3 USB-A ports, while the Dell has only 1 USB-A port. So if you are someone who like using external, peripherals very well, like you use external mouse and you also plugged maybe external hard disk or dongle or flash drive, so you see that it will be easy for you on the Aspire. But on the Dell, you only have 1 port, except you get an adapter for Type-C because it has 2 Type-C port. And also the Acer also has Ethernet port, so which you do not find on the Dell. Both of them has HDMI port and have a USB 3.5mm audio jack. So on the port selection, the Acer is a clear winner. So in conclusion, the Acer costs $700 and the Dell costs $800. These are on Dell official website, US website, and that is the price on the Acer on the official Acer US website. Now with the additional $100, you have a fingerprint, you have a touchscreen, and you have a 360-degree laptop. And then also you have a Type-C charger, which means you don't have to carry around your laptop anywhere you go. So to me, I think the Dell is more better and also more value for money with what the Dell is offering than the Acer. Now to the sweet part, if you go for the Dell with the similar Intel Core i5-12355U 10-core processor, the same Dell Inspiron 14 7425, you are going to get that cheaper than the Acer. It costs about $650 on Dell US website. So with $650, which is cheaper, you get a touchscreen, you also get a fingerprint reader, you get a 360 degree, and you get all the things you see on this Dell you get it on the Core i5 at a $50 less. So I think the clear winner in this comparison is Dell. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and please do subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye.